The chief watchdog of safety on the nation's highways is the National Highway Transportation Safety Administration. That federal agency was all set to send a letter to the nation's governors urging them to work with state lawmakers to ban the use of cell phones while driving. Not just handheld cell phones, hands-free cell phones, too. Then someone suppressed that letter. That suppression also included all the background information that led to the letter being drafted in the first place. It included some 250 pages of results of a study of some 10,000 drivers. The conclusion of that research was that the cognitive energy used in talking is enough to divert a driver's attention away from driving. In fact, it suggests it's as hazardous as drunk driving. No one knows how many people may have died in accidents with these facts as the cause, but we do know how long the federal government has known about the problem its own research uncovered. They completed the research 6 years ago in 2003. We're learning about it today. Santa Fe has had a ban on driving while talking on a handheld cell phone, and so does Albuquerque. But a state lawmaker from down south tried several years ago to ban all cell phone use while driving in New Mexico. He's State Representative Antonio Lujan from Las Cruces and joins us now. It was a total ban you were after in your legislation, correct?
It was to ban them entirely, yes, sir. And some people felt that I was taking it too far. But the data show that it didn't make a difference whether it was hands-free or that Bluetooth or purple tooth that they call, because it's a cognitive function that occupies part of the brain in your decision-making that's necessary while one is driving. And the University of Utah conducted a study on simulators, and they found that there were more rear-end collisions with people operating cell phones than people with a 0.08 alcohol level.
Well, we're finding out much the same thing now from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. Their research, which apparently was suppressed, finds that it's the same whether you use hands-free or handheld. It's the talking that matters. That's what you had learned, too, wasn't it?
Yes, because it's a distraction. It's the, I'm trying to get the correct name, the Smith International School for Driving, that they're the ones that train like UPS drivers, drivers for diplomats and people like that. And they claim that when one is driving, on an average, they have to make 30 decisions a minute. And as a result of cell phone use, they're driving impaired.
What got you interested in this topic, interested enough to introduce legislation?
Because just out of concern that it was a public hazard, and anecdotally you can hear people all the time talking about it, and I just felt that it was an issue that I really wanted to take on. Some, including the press, felt that I was taking it too far, that hands-free would probably be more palatable than a total ban. And then the other issue that they brought up was enforcement, especially with new cars, and how would one enforce it when, they're built into the system. And I have no answer for that. But it's just dangerous. This year, I introduced one banning text messaging. and Senator Lovejoy introduced it. She put in, it was an amendment, and it was not a bad amendment, but what happened was that by the time it crossed to the House for the House to adopt, it passed both houses. But I had to get it passed again as amended. There wasn't enough time because I got it the day before the session ended.
Well, now that we know that the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration does have a point of view on this that had been apparently suppressed, do you plan to reintroduce either of those ideas again?
Well, what I've been thinking, and I'm still open, but what I was thinking is to do the handheld and the text messaging as an incremental step before going to the total ban, and just hopes that might pass. But it's amazing that. And then the other thing is that the state didn't have any data at all on accidents, whether people were using cell phones or...
They simply haven't done any studies, have they?
Not that I'm...
Now, you mentioned introducing legislation that would allow hands-free cell phone use. This research from Washington indicates that could be dangerous in itself and aggravate the problem in that it implies that makes it safe.
Yeah, I know. And, my preference would be just a total ban. But just looking at it politically, I don't know that we have the horses to really pass it. That's why as I say, I'm still open to it. And if new research comes out, I may just take it all the way. But it's the lobbying around that is quite strong.
State Representative Antonio Lujan in Las Cruces, many thanks.